seconds, not minutes. Okay, we are live. Hello, everyone. We made it. I would love to introduce everyone to Jennifer. She has lost, how much weight have you lost now?
I know you said 27, but I'm going with 28.
Okay. 28 pounds. Well, I wanted to have you on because it's one thing from hearing from me about, hey, you can lose weight, but I wanted to hear from our actual patients who've actually been through the program, because so many people, so many women think you got to starve yourself, you got to over exercise. And so I wanted to just do a quick interview with you and go, okay, can you tell me your experience? First of all, what did you do before the Fast 40 to try to lose weight?
Yeah. So, well, and I thought I should give also a little bit of context. I, in 2020, gained like 40 pounds in 1 year. Had a series of really tough events and was going through menopause. So I had this like significant weight gain. And I remember going to the doctor. I went to a hormone and weight loss clinic. And, they wanted to give me some meds and things like that. And I used them and it took 15 pounds off. But I remember her saying, after menopause, you can expect you're going to probably gain about 5 pounds a year. So you're just going to have to really, continue to fight this. And so in my mind, I thought, oh, okay, guess this is going to be my new life. This is the way it's going to be. And, but I just really wasn't ready to give up. Okay. So take me back to your question. What was your question again?
What did you do before?
What did I try? Yeah.
What
Okay.
did you try before Fast 40? Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
So I lost that 15 pounds and then I really
what medication was it, by the way?
I don't remember the name of it, but it's like those like Ozempic type stuff, right?
It was a GLP-1, which thank you. I wanted to know that because this is important because so many people are doing these drugs, losing the weight, and they don't know what's actually doing to their body.
Yeah.
So then you lost. So then tell me, you lost the weight. More than 75% of people gain all the weight back when they're done with their injection, just so you know.
Yeah.
And there's 2,700 lawsuits right now for vision loss, gallbladder surgeries, and ischemic bowel. I'm just telling you this just as the facts, okay?
Yeah.
So,
right. It is super scary. And I'm a person that I don't like putting, weird things into my body.
Right.
And people feel desperate when they're in that place, right? And you get to this place, you're like, I just wanted, whatever, it's going to work. So I definitely was in that place. I felt terrible about myself and was feeling desperation and tried it 15 pounds and then it stopped and I didn't do any, it no longer was effective for me. And then I had 2 friends. I think I mentioned this to you. I would only see them on Zoom and then I saw them in person at an event and I went, oh my word, you are transformed. What are you doing? And they both had worked with you. And I just felt like this is the right thing for me because I'm an accountability person, and knowing that I need to show up and report and tell you if I have or haven't done something that really is going to work for me. And I watched my friends just transform. So I have a lot of confidence coming in.
That's huge. Okay. So you did GLP-1 injections. And then you lost weight, and then did the weight come back?
In my case, it did not come back, but it definitely stopped and no longer would work at all.
Yeah. So in other words, this is a really good point because I want people to understand when you lose weight by cutting off blood supply to your intestines, which is what the drugs do, your body, that's just most women don't know this. It literally cuts blood supply to your intestines, which slows your food down. And you go, oh, I'm more full. I'm not hungry. You get malnourished. Your body will not keep losing weight. It'll stop because it's like, this is dangerous.
Okay.
It's dangerous weight loss. It's dangerous because it's caloric deficit weight loss.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So it's starvation, and it also puts your hormones in survival mode. Yeah. Okay. So then what I want to ask you this too, any other diets you did or working out besides that?
Not really. Nothing that I could, I don't think I was real committed to a plan.
I gotcha. Okay. So you had 40 pounds, you gained 40 pounds in 1 year. How much did you come in with the Fast 40? How much weight did you have that you wanted to get off then? Where you
So
came and joined us?
I came in and my weight was, it was 162.9. So I'm 163, right? And I remember saying to you, you gave me the guide that said, this is what, your body should be.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, well, in my mind, I thought if I could get to 145, that would be amazing. And that's probably the best I can do at my age. Right. But the idea that I'm postmenopausal, it's that's probably as good as it's going to get.
Right.
And, so I hit that goal and I remember, and it was before the 40 days.
Yeah.
And I texted you and I said, we're messaging and I said, this is working. I'm going to keep going, see what I can do. And, so I kept going and now I'm basically right at the cusp of my premenopausal weight, where I've gotten down to 135 and I'm like, I think I'm just going to maybe do 5 more pounds, maybe, maybe. And then like I was telling you the other day, I kept all those clothes that no longer fit me. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I just was like, I'm not going down without a fight. I'm going to get in a place where I'm going to be ready to do something different.
Mm-hmm.
And I hung on to all those clothes. And literally, I know I've told you I just moved. I had a box that said 2 small jeans. And my mover said, where do you want this box? I said, in my room, because they're not
in my room. I can fit in them. That is so awesome. That's so awesome. And Jennifer, let's ask, so people understand, how many days did it take you to lose 28 pounds?
The 28 pounds? Well, the first 20 was in 40 days.
In 40 days? 40
yes.
Days.
Yeah. And then the second, I think I'm about another 40 days now. So I've been doing this probably about 80 days. And so this last part was 10 pounds, but admittedly, I maybe wasn't as disciplined in that second set, right? Because literally if I do exactly what I'm supposed to do, eat the right portions, eat the right things, I will always lose a half a pound or more usually a day. And so it's really just the discipline.
Yeah. Let's for people watching this, because I would think we would want to know, how did you do this? Did you starve yourself? Did you work out every day? Like, what did you do, Jennifer?
Yeah, I did not starve myself, right? I followed your prescribed diet. And, admittedly at the beginning, like in the morning, I would feel a little bit of hunger. But then I got past that and with working with you, right? On days where I felt like I needed to, like maybe I had a lot of physical activity, then I would up my ounces a little bit at night. And that would help me. More. Yes, I ate more.
I want people to really hear this.
Yeah.
You ate more.
I did.
This is why you have sustainable weight loss, Jennifer.
Yeah.
I want people to really hear this. Caloric deficit diets screw up your hormones. If a woman can hear this, like let that sink in. You're seeing Jennifer, she's eating more and your hormones love that because you're not in survival mode.
Right. Yeah. And even kind of at the, towards, I've noticed here of late, I'm still eating the amount that you had suggested. And I have to kind of force myself to finish the meal because I'm feeling hungry, but I know that I want to, make sure I'm getting that caloric intake. So I'm not starving. I have not worked out. That is, that I do want that to be the next phase for me is I want to, start building better muscle tone and I just want to have an active lifestyle. Right. So anyway, so that is going to be my next step, but I was focused on getting down to the weight that I wanted to first.
So this is, it's kind of a cool testament because I'm going to ask you this. So then how much, let's look at this just realistically, what with the GLP-1, how much did you lose, doing that?
15 pounds.
Okay. 15 pounds. And how long? Over 2 months?
Oh, probably. It was a while ago. So I don't
okay.
The exact time. Yeah.
Yeah. And good. So it's just interesting to see this. I'll see maybe about a pound a week for most people doing GLP-1, right? We usually see about a half pound to pound a day. So just in perspective wise, and I think this is the most important piece is that to really understand this, you did this to honor you did this in a way of honoring your hormones. You're eating enough. You learned that when you're very active, you actually need to eat more.
Yeah.
And those are the days you actually started losing.
Yeah.
I want to ask, what are the other things you discovered about yourself in the 40 days? Anything else?
Ooh,
Sleep, water,
water, right.
stress.
Water.
Tell me about that.
Yes. Thank you. Absolutely. On days where my sleep was bad, on days where my stress levels were really high, I wouldn't lose that weight. And I think, I'd mentioned to you a couple times, part of it on kind of the phase 2 for me, why that went a little bit slower, is I did have a massive amount of stress in that second 40 days. I just had a ton of things going on. And so that definitely was impacting me. But yeah, sleep and stress and getting enough water, all of it for sure. I could see the impact on days when those things weren't working for me. It showed on the scale the next day.
Yes, that's huge. Interesting to look at this too, because most people don't realize that you can diet all day long, but if you don't really understand the impact of stress. And so we have, people that come to me who have done Jenny Craig, Weight Watchers, paleo, keto, the list goes on, dietitians, nutritionists. And so that's what I really get across is like, if you guys are watching this, you're watching someone who's lost 28 pounds by eating enough, by understanding her stress and understanding, like, it's not about, life is not perfect. We're going to have stress. We don't get rid of stress. It doesn't go away, but you learn what to do with it. And when we store stress, it increases your cortisol, and cortisol is it's a stress hormone, but it creates survival function. And it's the same thing that caloric deficit diets do, by the way. They increase stress. So cortisol goes up, and cortisol lays belly fat down. And why would your body lay belly fat down when you're stressed? What do you think, Jennifer?
Why would my body lay belly? It's in survival mode.
Yep. And why? Yeah. Again, and these are not trick questions, just asking to see. Why would belly fat be good for survival?
It was storing it so I can use it for energy later when it's needed. Yeah.
And sometimes for the next time you starve yourself, for the next time Jen and Craig happens, for the next time we have a hormone influencing chemical like GLP-1, it's saving for the next time you do that. So it's like, this is interesting. If you lose the weight, not by starving yourself, but by understanding yourself, that's when we create sustainable weight loss.
Yeah. And that was what was important to me as well. I knew, like I mentioned, I want to be accountable, but I really wanted to do it the right way. I wanted to do it in a healthy way. So that was also important to me in the decision to do that program.
That's very cool. And then let's ask, do you remember, I know we don't have our current inches, but do you remember your inches lost on day 40?
I don't. Do you remember?
I'd have to look it up.
I want to say 14, but I'm not 100%
maybe
sure.
You can give us the what is the, if you want to, pant size, dress size change? You could do something like that. Waist size change?
Yeah. Well, for sure right now I'm down 2 sizes, and and I'm working on getting, and I'm a person that I don't like my clothing to be tight. And so I probably could even say 3, but yeah, I'm definitely at solid 2, working on 3.
And real quick, what is the changes with you? Because there's emotional changes when you drop weight and you start feeling great in your body. What are the changes with you've noticed? Mentally, emotionally, physically? Yeah.
I mean, for sure, happier. I feel confident. And when I started this, it wasn't for anybody else, but for me. I wanted to feel good in my skin again. And, that was my message too. It's so exciting to be able to put those clothes on. They fit. I look in the mirror. I feel good about myself. That makes me feel confident and happier. I'm just, more energy, right? All the things. So yeah.
That's so good. And so more, that's a good, I was going to ask you physically, because that's one of the big things we see is more energy. Any other physical things? Because energy is a huge one. What energy change did you see with self? Like, were you having crashes before? Like, what did you see now?
Tired, right? All the time. Yeah. So yeah, I'm definitely feeling better.
Yeah. Okay. Well, listen, thank you so much for being on. I so appreciate it. It's so fun to have you in here. And you just look, you don't even look at the same person. Like, I know you and I got to meet face to face a few weeks ago, but you just don't look the same. And it is so cool to say that and to see that. I know other people have got to notice. They've got to said something. Am I right?
Yeah. People are commenting, and so like I said, I feel a lot better. So that's good.
Okay, perfect timing. I hear the doorbell.